Welcome back, y'all. We are heading to the vet today. Poor Buddy. He has been dealing... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. He's been dealing with an ear infection and some pretty bad allergies. Oh, Buddy, I know. I've tried some topical stuff and a few other things, and it's just not... So we're going to go to the vet today. We did a whole video, maybe like almost a year or so ago, about traveling with dogs and what that's like. We give all of our tips and everything. So I am bringing some paperwork from last visit, which is pretty much just a checkup and his yearly shots. But I'm gonna have it in the truck just in case if they ask. But hey, it's okay. Buddy, I'm so sorry. But you're gonna feel so much better today. Aw. I'm so sorry, Buddy. Anyway, so I have... Poor Buddy. I have been to, or Kenai has been to this vet before. They are fantastic. When we come back from the vet, I'm going to share how we deal with vet visits, how we find vets on the road. We're also going to give a work update, which if you're new, welcome. I'm Bryce. I know I've kind of given spiel intros the past few videos, but we've just had a lot of new people. So welcome. I'm Bryce. That's Kenai, who is very happy. And my husband Chase, who left me last week or a week and a half ago or so. I don't know. Honestly, y'all, it's just been a big blur, to be quite honest, with work lately. He is a traveling welder. He welds on a whole bunch of different power plants and refineries across the country. Currently, he is flying 2 jobs. Usually, we all travel together. We have been in this camper for a little over 4 years, and because of the work situation and him having to be somewhere very quickly, this company, they will pay him to fly out. So that is what he is doing. When I'm filming this, he should have maybe about a week or so left, maybe, I don't know. But I'll give a work update, like official work update at the end of this video. But yeah, let's go to the vet. This boy does not do well with vets, so it's always nice if Chase can come with me because he just does not do well with vets. But you know what? We're just gonna make it work. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Oh. Kenai, I love you. Yeah, I love you. You're so cute. You ready for the vet? Let's go, buddy. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Alright, so we're back at the camper. Buddy, you did such a great job. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. You did such a good job. They swabbed his ears, both ears, because they just wanted to make sure both of them were good. And he did have some pretty bad bacteria in one of them, and he's just being dramatic. He did have some pretty bad bacteria in one of them, so the other one was good. So we got some, not really drops, but like an ointment type thing to put in his ear. Thankfully just once a day for a week, and then we should be good to go, huh, buddy? Yeah, you did such a good job. We were in and out in about 30 minutes, and it cost 121 bucks. So, how are you gonna pay me back? You gonna give me some kisses as payment? Oh, that was not planned. He's just being dramatic right now with the panting. For the allergies, I think I am going to. I think we're going to try to stay on top of making sure his paws are clean each time he comes into the camper when we're at certain areas. His allergies aren't a year-round type thing. It's mainly when we're in certain areas they get pretty bad. So I think I'm going to try to do that and a few other things. I've tried the whole chamomile, soaking his feet in that, and it just didn't go too well. The vet did recommend a prescription that he would have to take like every day, and quite frankly, he doesn't get it enough to make it to where like he needs it every day. So I passed on that, but it's always an option, you know, if it does get, but it's just mainly when we're in certain areas that his allergies kind of flare up a little bit. So I'm gonna do some more research on that. But overall, good job. You did such a good job. You're just so cute. I love you. Yeah. So the way we found this vet was because actually a friend that we've gotten to know in the area recommended this vet. They are absolutely phenomenal. A few other people have recommended this vet as well. I also encourage you to ask people at the RV park if they have gone to a vet. Ask the managers or workers, because quite frankly, they will know if there's a good vet around. I mean, most likely. So that is something always to consider. I do Google, and then I also check their websites. Yeah. You weigh 16 pounds. He just went all, you weigh 16 pounds. How is that? How do you weigh 16 pounds? I don't know. But anyway, overall, the visit was great. Took a little bit longer driving out there than the actual visit, but you know what? Totally worth it. There is a way on Google Maps to save a place. If you just, on Google Maps, you click on the location, it will pull up. You kind of scroll over a little bit, and you'll see the little save button. I have done that with groomers and vets, so that way if we're in the area and he needs a vet, then I can remember, oh yeah, we've been to this one. Because sometimes, you know, you travel all over the place, it's just easy to forget. I also do that with groomers as well. Speaking of groomers, I'm going to share a story about a groomer, but let's get back in the camper. I'm going to show him your trick. Nice. Good job, buddy. All right, here you go, one more. Good job. I'll give you one more because you did such a good job. Good job. Groomer story. This happened a few years ago. I found a groomer that had good reviews and everything. And then when I went to go drop him off, I did not have a good feeling about it. It's just something I just did not sit right with me. And I should have listened to my gut. And what are you doing? Also, I think it's going to start raining, so that's what's going on outside. I ended up dropping him off, which I shouldn't have done that. And the poor buddy got kennel cough, which was, yeah, that was my fault. I should have stuck to my guns and just not taken him. Thankfully, I found a really great vet that was able to take care of him. This boy. Y'all see this going on right now? What are you doing? Anyway, so moral of the story is if you do not have a good feeling about it, you don't have to do it. Just make some excuse up or something. I should have done that, but you know what? You live and you learn. So for groomers, we are very picky. I really recommend, if you can't find a good groomer, ask a vet, hey, what groomers do you recommend? That's how I found good groomers in the past. So, because Google reviews can do so much, but if you get there and you don't have a good feeling about it, then yeah. And then I do the same thing with groomers. I will save it on my Google Maps, so if we're ever in the area, we are good to go. You're so cute. I love you. You did such a good job. You did such a good job. Yeah. Oh, I know. Work update. Chase is gone in Pennsylvania. I think the last video we talked about, he's going to be gone for 9 days. It is now turned into 2 weeks, which is totally fine. Do we know where he's going next after this? No. So he may fly back when he's done with this job. They may send him from where he is currently at to the next job. So we don't know. Now, with the RV park and the RV, when we came to this area, we were planning on working at the plant that is just down the road from here. What was supposed to be a 2-month job turned into 2 weeks. And then Chase started flying out. So the camper has been staying put. Now our rent... What are you doing? You are just being crazy. You are so funny. Anyway, so what was supposed to be 2 months turned into 2 weeks, which is fine. You know, stuff happens. And then Chase made some phone calls, and now he is flying out with this company. Hence why he is not here right now. Now, he hasn't flown out in, gosh, like a year and a half or so. So we haven't been doing it for a while, like recently with him flying out and such. So he is doing that, and our rent actually went out a couple days ago. And I called Chase and I said, hey, what do you want to do with rent? Because it's due like tomorrow. And he said, why don't you just pay for another month? So we paid for another month. We don't know if he's going to get another job that's going to be longer or not, to where we are going to have to be moving the camper. But the most important thing is that if you're doing this line of work in the sense of traveling and your schedule can fluctuate and stuff, it's really important to communicate with the RV park and let them know kind of what's going on. And most of the time, they understand because they're dealing with a lot of people that are in our situation as well. So it's super important to just kind of keep communicating with them of like, hey, I am going to be staying longer or no, because what they will usually do is they will, once, like when we came here, there's not someone coming to our spot down the road. It's just whenever we leave, then they have an opening type thing, if that makes sense. So we usually stay at RV parks that are like that. Now, if we, like, let's say Chase comes back and he's like, hey, you know, in 2 days, we're going to go down here and it's going to be a month-long job, I'll just start looking for RV parks whenever I have like an absolute confirmation, and then we'll head down there. Whenever it's last minute like that for RV parks, I've not really had a problem finding some. Like, have I gotten creative with finding RV parks? Yeah. I mean, I did a whole video on that. But for the most part, we've never been stumped to where we can't go to a job due to not finding an RV park. It's usually always happened. So that is what is going on. I am kind of going back and forth between the camper and visiting some family right now so I can get some, you know, obviously YouTube done. Kenai's vet visit, studying for the drone thing because it's a lot of information. So I have been doing that. He should be good in about a week. Oh, buddy. If you have any questions about traveling with dogs, leave them below. We did a whole video on accessories and stuff when it comes to leashes, kind of what, you know, how we get poop bags for cheap and all that stuff. So I will leave a link to that video below. We are going to get his ear stuff going. Oh, also, we are hoping to take the summer off. We always take the summers off just because Chase works a lot of hours. He works anywhere from 72 to 84 hours a week. And so it's important for us to take summers off or to take time off. So we're hoping that whenever this job ends, if there's another short job after this, Chase will go do it. If not, then we're just gonna start doing our summer vacation. You got wet beard. Yeah, you're so cute. You did such a good job at the vet. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you crushed it. You crushed it. Anyway, we greatly appreciate every one of y'all that watches our videos. I know this is going to be shorter than most, but honestly, we keep it real on this channel. We're not doing anything out of the normal when it comes to doing these YouTube videos. It's mainly of bringing y'all along our RV life. We're not going out of our way to do stuff. This is just part of life. Vet visits are part of it. Chase traveling and figuring out logistics is part of it. Will we probably eat some of this RV park cost? Maybe. Some RV parks are kind in they will reimburse you if you don't use up all your time. Like if we leave mid-month, they may reimburse us, they may not. So you know what, and that is okay. It's also really important if you do our line of work to have money stashed away for when stuff happens, like the job ends really soon. Then what are you gonna do? Nothing is super guaranteed when it comes to this line of work. That's why it's important to have funds put aside. So with that being said, this little man wants to go outside. We greatly appreciate every one of y'all who watches our videos. Seriously, from the bottom of our heart, we thank you. Where did I put your leash at? You know, we'll just use this leash. Also, a reminder, whenever we get to 2,000 subs, we will be doing YouTube lives once a month or so. And we just think it'd be awesome to hang out with y'all on YouTube. We can answer questions and all that stuff. How we are here is how we are in person. Can't get this. Leave a comment for Kenai because he is cute and cuddly. And we will see y'all next week. Say thanks for watching. Please subscribe and we'll see y'all next week. Bye y'all. Just kidding. All right, after I had filmed, it is, sorry, I'm still trying to figure out this gimbal thing. Update, because that is, this stuff happens. After I had filmed this video, edited and everything, I don't know why is it zoomed. Yes, he's on the desk. He has to be on the desk whenever I'm editing. This is our current situation. Update, because we keep it real and stuff happens and... y'all. So after I had like filmed this video and edited it and stuff, Chase calls me. He's still in Pennsylvania. And he says, my card is not working. So thankfully he does have some cash on him, which is great. But like he needs his card because he still has to, like who knows how long he's going to be at this job. He still has to fill up the rental car whenever he drops it off. He still needs to pay for his luggage. Even though the company will reimburse him, he needs to pay for it. Yeah, it is currently 8:10. I am going to call the bank whenever it opens at 9 o'clock, and we will go from there. I am hoping that they will just send him his card to him. I have an address that I can send stuff to him while he's over there. But learn from us. I mean, even though Chase does have some cash on him, it is important if you are traveling and if you're like us to have different forms of payment. And Chase does, but like having a card is super important. And he does have my per diem card that has some money on it. I mean, this has never happened before, so stuff can happen, you know, whether you are traveling or not, like us. Make sure whenever you're traveling, you always have cash. We always have cash on us. Think of other ways, like we carry a checkbook because a lot of RV parks have or require a check or cash versus they don't take card, so we always have a checkbook with us. I'm not saying like load yourself down where you only pay with cash, but like if you are a traveler, you need to have like multiple ways of payment, so that way if stuff like this does happen, there is some room to, like for instance right now, I'm gonna hopefully figure out a card situation for Chase. So what's frustrating is that this card worked a few days ago and then all of a sudden it just like didn't want to read. It's not stolen because we checked the bank statement and you know nothing is weird, but like it legit is not, it's not working. I'll keep y'all updated. I know this is a video mainly on dogs, but stuff happens and I figured might as well just take you along this little extra adventure that we are dealing with right now. Okay, got off the phone with the bank. All is well. Thankfully, everything is good with Chase's card. Apparently, the bank was dealing with some sort of like outage or something like that, and they were able to see on the computer that Chase was trying to use his card and it was declined and everything, or because of the outage or whatever. We have never had a problem with this bank before, and we've been using this bank for 10 years or so, and they have been absolutely great. So, you know, stuff happens. This just is what it is. There are very few things that kind of stress me out just a little bit, and stuff like this kind of stresses me out because Chase is in a different state than me, and it's like he needs money to at least get him by to come back, and he has some cash, but he didn't have enough to like pay for his luggage and the rental car. Like there wasn't enough cash to hold him over coming back. I know that sounds very dramatic, but I'm being honest with y'all because stuff like this happens and we want to be forthcoming and just share the real RV life stuff that happens. So somehow or another I was gonna send him either a different per diem card that had more money on it or figure out a way. So I was determined Chase was gonna get some money somehow. But yeah, also I wanted to share y'all this funny story that happened to Chase. This is how Chase found out that his card was not working. He was in the Dunkin', and I told Dunkin' drive through to get some coffee after work. And I texted him, I said, try your card today though, just in case. He said, I'll go buy me a cup of coffee at Dunkin' again just to have them throw it away. Laughing emoji. I said, did they actually throw it away? He said, I mean, yeah, LOL. His card declined and they don't accept bills over $100. And Chase had money, but he only had $100 bills. And he said, what a story. I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. He said, how awkward being in the drive-thru. Can't buy a $3 coffee and then go inside, because he was like, well, let me go inside and see, you know, if the card will work again. Just for it to happen. I said, oh my gosh. So yeah, he did have my per diem card. He forgot that he had my per diem card that has like a little bit of money on it from the last shop I did with Chase. Moral of the story, travel with cash. I mean, Chase is traveling with some cash. Travel with smaller bills. I'm not saying that you have to have like enough for your whole trip to be paid for in cash. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when stuff like this happens, you just need to go with the flow. Try not to stress out until you've talked to the bank or whatever, because this happened after the bank was literally closing, and so it was like, what do? We can't do anything right now until the morning. So we're just sharing y'all real life stuff. Chase will start traveling with like smaller bills. I mean, he does travel with cash, but smaller bills. So word to the wise, if you are traveling or just in general, carry some cash with you. Also, some RV parks, they will give you a discount if you pay with check because you're not using the card fee or whatever. So those are just kind of some helpful tips. We make it very real here on this channel. So I am so glad we have gotten that taken care of, because let me tell y'all, it was definitely a, what did we do last night? So anyway, this is now the end of the video. I hope like stuff like this helps. We keep it very real. So we will see y'all next week. Bye all.